I mean, that comes from I'm guessing like a perspective from when you don't know that many people from around the world or you haven't traveled that much. Maybe people think that your country, the country where you're living at, the country where you're from, it's the shit. It's like the best place on earth. Like people in Romania think Romania is like the center of the world. People in Spain think Spain is in the center of the world. Once you travel, you start to lose that sense of nationalism, if you will. So, for example, I could think every single Chinese people is an idiot because when I see Xi Jinping, I think he's an idiot. And that's the only Chinese person I have reference to, except for Jackie Chan, maybe. Um, so it's once you travel and you get to know Chinese people that you realize, oh, maybe it's none of them, not all of them are fucking idiots. Like when you look at America, you can see the videos of people storming the Capitol and be like, oh, what the hell is happening in America? You know, like Americans are so dumb. But then also the biggest geniuses in the world come from America. So it's not that you can't have like you cannot group a single nation like everyone. You cannot group like a single group of people and be like, oh, this is what you are, and just give them an adjective like, oh, people, British people. Of course, there's stereotypes like Spanish people are lazy and British people drink a lot and stuff like that. But you cannot classify an entire nation of 65 million people on a single category and be like, oh, you guys are this.
So what are the other stereotypes of British people from a foreigner's perspective? Just out of curiosity, really.
So from a foreigner's perspective, at least from my experience, Americans see British people as this sort of classy gentleman, Oxford type, suit and tie, always, oh, you want a cup of tea, you know, like being super eloquent and super, how do you say, well educated. Whereas Europeans see British as more of a like the little brother who maybe like gets out of hand, like gets out of control like too often. Like you guys drink, and when you drink, you guys like go crazy. Like you at least like when I've been to the UK, I think people cannot handle the alcohol really well. So that is like people in Spain drink and they get drunk, they have fun, they dance and they go home. But people in the UK, when they drink, they get into fights and they start shouting. And so I think the stereotypes of British, at least from what we learned in Spain, is you guys are alcoholics. You guys are super sort of you distance yourself physically.
Oh yeah, right now we tend to do that because
no. But I mean, you know, like maybe like sort of South European people, so Greeks, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, French, even Romanians, like they are very physical in the sense that they'll hug you and they'll give you a kiss and they'll have no problem like touching you on the back and stuff like that. Whereas British people sort of step away from physical contact.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is the main stereotype. And then probably the biggest stereotype is like, you guys don't know how to cook.
Oh yeah, isn't that a thing that British food is always terrible?
Yeah. I mean, because we always have this joke in Spain where it's like the most famous British dish is not even British, it's Indian. So which is chicken tikka masala. So we do say that in Spain. No, honestly, but I love the UK and I love England, and it's such a fun country to live in.
Yeah.
And then one final thing is, you guys either you don't know how to put on sunscreen or you or your sunscreen is shit. Because when you go south of Spain, another but this is another thing I've noticed. It's not stereotype. You guys, when a foreigner is talking to you about your country, you're like, oh no, my country is the best fucking place on the earth. And then when you talk about your country, you're like, oh, the UK is shit. I hate Boris Johnson. I hate fish and chips. So that is one thing I've noticed. That's one thing I've noticed.
Yeah,
Yes,
enough.
there's a mix
Yeah,
between
we
like
do
a
tend to do
stereotype.
that a bit.
There's a mix between stereotypes and then and what I've learned or what I've seen.